And our kids are in crisis. We've reported on far too many becoming victims of gun violence and committing it themselves. So we are dedicating this entire week to exploring the cycle of violence and how the D.C. community is working to end it.
All week, Jess Arnold will introduce you to kids living in fear and groups trying to help them.
We want to start with a mother whose 11-year-old son was shot to death. Jess joins us live in studio. Jess, this is a sad trend that we are continuing to see.
Yeah, Tony, the CDC recently released data showing that guns were the #1 killer of kids in 2020. 11-year-old Devon McNeal was one of those children. He was killed by a stray bullet near a cookout on July 4th, 2020. I sat down with his mom and siblings to talk about how they're trying to help each other process that trauma and then do something positive for the community. The football field was always an escape for 11-year-old Devon McNeal. That's him running the ball.
He got a ring down here too.
And that's his mom, Crystal McNeal. She's his biggest fan.
He was so happy. He wanted to go to college and he was going to play for the NFL and take care of his family and buy his mother a house.
What could have been?
It's like it happened yesterday.
Devon was shot to death on July 4th, 2020 at a Stop the Violence cookout in Southeast D.C. that Crystal organized. When it happened, she was in a car feet away. They rushed to the hospital.
And I just kept on saying, Devon, wake up, he won't move. And I started feeling on his body. I always play with his feet. I started touching his feet and everything just was cold. And I would just start asking the doctors, like, why is his body cold? And then I knew my baby was gone.
I can't even imagine how you pick yourself back up.
I be trying my best to stay strong because I have other children.
Like 11-year-old Kayvon, who was also in the car that day.
My best friend. That's how close we was.
Trauma like that lasts. Do you feel like it can get better here?
No.
That's Devon's stepbrother, Khalik Lawson.
It's like sometimes I don't like to go outside because they be like chewing and stuff.
A lot of kids, they do need help. Like I get phone calls like 3 o'clock in the morning. I get DMs asking me like when they gonna be okay, and I don't have the right words for them because I don't know when I'm gonna be okay.
Instead of words, an escape. Crystal just took Devon's siblings and friends to Florida.
It was awesome.
She says she's doing what she can.
I'm still in the same community doing the work where I lost my child at, and I don't get the help and the support like you would think that I should get.
She needs officials and neighbors to step up.
We need more recreation centers. We most definitely need real mental health support for the kids, and they know it too.
As she holds them up, she's leaning on these walls.
Yeah, it's just all his pictures.
Her biggest fan now standing watch. Now next, Crystal is channeling her grief and energy into building a foundation in honor of Devon. She says it's going to offer mental health services for kids. She hopes to create a center where they can come to play sports and do crafts and really just have a sanctuary somewhere in the city.
You know, we've been following this story for about 2 years. Where does Devon's case stand now, Jess?
Well, 4 men have actually pleaded guilty in the shooting that killed Devon. They have sentencing hearings scheduled for June. And so the family actually plans to be there to protest because they are not happy with the max sentences that are available for these men.
And you're doing this the entire week, right? You'll be on this topic, so important.
Exactly, yeah. Tomorrow we're going to hear more from some kids, including one kid who talks about how friends get involved in shootings and how he tries to keep them out of it.
Wow, important stories.